morning, everyone. This is Morocco Ramadan, aka Artist of Fantasy. This video is very necessary for me to make this morning because I need to let the world know why I'm currently in this unfortunate situation of homelessness at this time. Really, my situation is due to me taking in and helping other people that were previously homeless. Due to me helping them, I have been brought down to this point. So, word to the wise, if you take somebody homeless in your house, there is a law in the state of Maryland which states if their belongings has been in your house for 90 days or over 90 days, you cannot put them out. So that's pretty much my case. A couple of years back, I took in a young lady. I had a beautiful apartment out in Northeast Baltimore. I took a young lady in by the name of Nanelle. She had a little child, and she asked me to let her stay for 2 weeks. And I let her stay. I didn't even know her. Through a previous homegirl of mine, asked me to take her in, and she vouched that she was a nice person, but come to find out she really wasn't. She actually ended up threatening me and my husband with a knife, and I asked her to be removed from my apartment because I already had, after me and my husband got married, my ex-husband from the Bronx, New York, and after we got married, I actually moved him in. So I had him in there, along with letting her along with letting this young lady named Nanelle stay with her child. So I asked, one of the neighbors called the police, and I asked the police to assist me in removing her from my house. And what they said was the law states her belongings have been in there for 90 days and I could not put her out. I had to go through an eviction process to actually have this girl removed from my house. Now, this is how she came about to stay for 90 days. She asked me for the additional 2 weeks. I allowed her to do that. And then she asked for an additional 2 weeks. And out the kindness of my heart, I let her stay an additional 2 weeks. So therefore, it became a month. So when the police did come, they stated you cannot put this young lady out because her belongings have been in there for 90 days. So Baltimore City Police was notified that I wanted her removed out of my home. But there's a law and you have to obey the law. So she basically stayed in my apartment scot-free for about, I would say 2 more months prior to that. And no, I did not pay the rent for those 2 to 3 months that she was staying in my house, and I had to go and move to stay elsewhere because this young lady threatened me and my previous husband with a knife. So for me not to end up in no trouble, I told the police, well, I'm going to stay with my family until this young lady gets evicted out of my home. So they said, do what you got to do, because if I come back, both of you guys are going to be getting in trouble if something goes down. So to save my ass, I went and stayed with my family, and she basically stayed in my apartment, but I stopped paying rent because I felt like I'm not paying rent if she's in my house and she ran me out my house. So when eviction went through prior to 2-3 months ago, they changed the locks and I actually lost my place, and she was put out with her child and with her my belongings were locked in that apartment, as well as half of her belongings was also, or majority of her belongings were locked in. But they told her, doing the eviction notices to get that stuff out because they were coming. She didn't believe that that the eviction went through, but apparently when the sheriff did come to change the locks, she still asked him could she still stay. So this girl's mental state was a little off apparently. So I asked her, please leave my home, and she said she wasn't going nowhere. She said call the police. So, and then when I did call the police to assist me, they did not assist me in removing her because the law states if somebody's been in your belongings is in your house for 90 days, you cannot put them out. So ladies and gentlemen, learn from my mistake. Learn from my mistake. If you don't know this person very well, if they're not a family member or a very dear friend that you know of their character, that if they ask you for a time period to stay and that you know that they will abide by the agreement and didn't leave, then I advise you don't do it, because I actually became homeless because of that. And then even before that, I had a previous apartment that at my place of worship, my imam asked me to take 2 Muslim families in my house. I'm talking the wife, the husband, and the kids. I took 2 families in my crib, okay? I had a place on Utah Place, beautiful apartment. Skylight, dishwasher, brick interior coming out the wall, you name it, columns out front, beautiful place. So I was trying to be kind, yet again, took 2 families in, and then they ran my water bill up. And my landlord actually told me I had to leave because I allowed these people, 2 families, to stay with me, and they ran up my water bill. So I lost 2 places behind me, out the kindness of my heart, letting people stay with me that are homeless. So now I have become, less fortunate at this point. Pretty much homeless because I helped other people. So when people look at me like I never had anything, I need you guys to know I already had my own. You know, my situation is different. My circumstance is different because I got in this situation for helping other people out. So I need the world to know why fantasy is suffering right now. You understand? And then, due to me losing that place, I had to, me and my ex-husband had to find other places to stay. So not only did it destroy my home, it destroyed my marriage because me and my husband had to end up splitting up and staying, you know, with these people. I had to stay with an ex-friend of mine, which I ended up making a big mistake with him, and I actually lost my marriage. And then come to find out, I got a letter saying I lost my job. So I've been through hell and back. It's boom, boom, boom. I lost my home, job, then husband. Okay, fine. Later on, after I soaked up my wounds, I decided to go back to school. So I ended up back at Morgan State. See, I came to Morgan State University right out of high school in '97. Okay, but when I first came to Morgan State, I only had enough for tuition, but not for my textbooks. So I started working, and eventually I put school on the back burner because I started working, making money and things like that. You know how it is, you know. And so 1 year turned to 2, 2 years turned into 3, 3 turned into 4, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. But being as though after I lost my job, I ended up going back to Morgan State years later, a lot of years later. So this is how I ended up back at Morgan State University, trying to continue where I left off. You know, I was an accounting major at that time, but now I decided to take up psychology. So basically, I'm back at Morgan State trying to pursue my degree as a psychology major, and it's been very challenging because of my age. I'm a mature student, and you know, these students are kind of judgmental at Morgan State, and also because I don't come from the suburbs or the county, so they kind of been looking down upon me and stuff like that. But I just let it roll off my shoulders. And just try to keep it moving because I'm at Morgan State for a purpose and for a reason, to get an education. So that's the main reason and focus why I returned back to Morgan State University. Excuse me, students. I'm so sorry. Can y'all? I'm just trying to make this video real quick, please. I shouldn't be no more than 2 minutes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, basically, I went back to school, and I ended up I ended up staying on campus at Morganville Apartments. So the thing about that is I had a roommate from Virginia, but we was staying together for a year and a half, which the school got, you know, they combined people together in the apartment. And this is the Morgan State off-campus apartment, Morganville Apartments. 2 thumbs up. Beautiful place to live at. You know, if you're a student at Morgan, you know, Morganville Apartments is a really nice place to live. So I almost finished my lease for my 2-year lease at Morganville. I almost made it to 2 years until my roommate from Virginia, she moved out, and then they moved the roommate in from Baltimore. And this young lady just came in there complaining and stuff like that, making me miserable. So I actually moved out of Morganville, you know, apartments, and had to buy some room off campus. It's been horrible, you know. And then when I moved to this horrible rooming house, it was a couple over top of me. They were arguing. They throwing a TV. I couldn't study. You know, I think these people were on drugs with mental problems. So my dad told me to come home. My dad said, bring your butt home. You know, you can help me out. Because my dad owns a house over East Baltimore. You know, 1132 Homewood Avenue, 3-story house, which he owns. All he do is pay land tax on. So my dad told me to come home. When I had roommate issues, I had to go home to my dad's house. Okay, so I stayed last winter at my dad's house until my dad ended up having a stroke. So my dad was hospitalized for some time, but he's better now. He recovered from the stroke, but he cannot return back to his house. So he turned the house over to my brother. My brother's trying to fix the house up to, he's gonna sell the house. So my brother asked me to move out the middle of last winter. You know, I had to move out of my dad's house. So I ended up back fending for myself again, you know. So I ended up at my mother's house. So it's like I went from my dad's house now to my mother's house, because my income that I get, I don't have enough for an apartment in Baltimore City. Okay, because the reason why I was able to get my apartment in Northeast Baltimore, you know, was because I had a friend that helped me, you know, get the security deposit together. So when I lost that place, it was very damaging to my survival, basically. Losing the home and stuff like that, I needed my home. So that's why I asked the young lady to please leave my house, which the police said I couldn't put her out. So I'm at my mother's house, you know, which was very uncomfortable because I'm used to having my own. And I'm all in her space and everything. And then my brother comes home from jail and he needs to stay here. So it's me, my mother, my brother in a room. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Since I left Morganville, it's been horrible. I advise any college student, if they're going through roommate issues, do not leave. Deal with it. Because if you don't have nowhere else to go, I would say deal with the roommate issue, get a mediator to handle it. Because I left Morganville, it's been hell ever since. And please, by all means, don't let someone in your house that you don't know of their character. If they're not going to leave within the time frame they promise you they're going to leave, don't let them in your house. I have became homeless because I let a young lady with a child in my house. I had a beautiful apartment before I moved to Morganville. I had my own apartment at Parkside Gardens. I let a young girl with a child, a homeless girl, in my house. She would not get out. In a law states in Maryland, if her belongings been in your house for 90 days, you cannot put them out. So you guys, please learn from my mistake. That's why I'm making this video. But I've had my own. And then after all of that, after the Morganville and all of these things, I bought a car. Let me tell you what happened. Me being in school, this young lady that I knew talked me into getting my car insured under her insurance. So I allowed her to take care of my car business. She dropped me off at school and took my car to PA to get all my car business done while I was in class, right? Come to find out, I gave her like almost $1,000 to get that done. She's from Brooklyn, New York. Her name is Latifah. Yeah, I'm putting it out there. I trusted her with my car and with my money. She scammed me of my money and she stole my car. You understand? She took my car to PA. She never brought my car. She brought my car back. And then she said she had to take it back again to PA to get inspected. I said, okay, fine. But then she's talking this stuff about I have to go back to PA to pick up my car. So I said, well, me and my brother was willing to pick up my car from the mechanic in Philadelphia. I asked her, what's the address? Me and my brother wanted to know the address so we can pick my car up. She never gave us the address to the mechanic that's in PA. Come to find out, I had to go to this young lady's house and knock at her door and literally ask her, where is my car? Where is my car keys, my title, and all of that? Where is my stuff? And she did not, she answered the door. She says, it's at my homegirl's house. I said, well, what is her address? So me and a girlfriend of mine, went to her homegirl's house and knocked at her door. No one answered. We knocked again, no one answered. Then the police knocked at her door and no one still answered. So the police said that, you guys tell me if you want, whenever you want me to come back, I'll knock at the door again. My homegirl said, you know what, forget that. If you don't do something right now, you're gonna lose your car forever. So my homegirl called the girl's phone, apparently, and whatever she said to her, it made the girl ride down to her homegirl house, and actually she, for some type of way, she opened, you know, she was able to get in her homegirl's apartment. You know, I don't know how she did that because her homegirl supposedly wasn't supposed to be home. So apparently she got in there and got my keys and my title and stuff like that. But this is the tea. When I went to NBA to get the car in my name, they said that was a copy of the title. So she actually stole my car, basically. Because when I went to the police station near Morgan State, they said if I ride around with that title with her name in it, that copy of a title, then the law states that's really that girl's car now. So a car I paid for is now her car. Okay, so I got scammed of my money. Then I had the car parked in my driveway. I gave her $1,000 to get the tag for 6 months. She said the tag was for 6 months that was on my car, the PA tag, but it was not for 6 months. That tag was for only 30 days that she placed on my car. That's why in the middle of the night she went through in my driveway, tried to steal the tag off because she didn't want to get in trouble. So this young lady stole my car. She scammed me of almost $1,000. I need to let you guys know these criminals and these crooks that have plagued me and that have robbed me. Nonell, she's a squatter. Her name is Nonell. She was a homeless girl with a child I let in my apartment at Parkside Gardens that wouldn't get out of my house. The police did get involved, but they said they couldn't put her out because her belongings have been in there for 90 days. Now, the kindness of my heart, I let these people in my house. I let 2 other families prior to that in my other apartment I had on Utah Place. So when people look at me and say, why are you homeless? Why are you struggling? Why are you suffering? Because I helped other black people that was less fortunate. Okay, I even let my husband stay with me. My husband that I had from the Bronx, New York, I let him move in with me after we got married. I had my place and I had my own job. When we got married, I had my own. So I need to let the world know, beware of these people that take advantage of the kindness of people, the kindness of good people's heart. And they actually, make people be situations worse than maybe their worst situation was. You know what I'm saying? Me helping these people brought me down. Okay, so we all need to realize these people are out here and they're taking advantage of good people, the kindness of people's hearts. They know what they're doing. They're professional crooks. Okay, I got robbed from my car. I got robbed from my crib, and then on top of that, I lost my marriage because my husband had to separate and stay other places, and I ended up screwing somebody because I had to stay in another man's house, okay? And I lost my husband. So as a result of me letting this homeless girl in my house, I lost my home, my marriage, and then some crazy girl from New York, Brooklyn, New York, stole my car. You understand? Yeah. I've been through hell and back. So when people look at me and say, why? They know why now, because this video is out here and it's going to go viral because I'm putting it on Facebook, Twitter, Google, MySpace, because I need the world to know what happened to the fantasy, okay? I am a Morgan State University student and I already had my own, okay? I had my own crib. I had my own car. You know what I'm saying? I had a job. I had all of that. I lost everything. You understand? Okay, so I need to let you guys know that. And I had a husband. Let me tell you about what happened to me and my husband. After he left town on me, and he was still contacting me, saying he still loved me and he was coming back to me, he ended up having sex with a woman from Philadelphia. You understand? He told her about me and him. But she fucked my husband, got pregnant by my husband, okay? And he couldn't come back to me. So I lost my marriage. You understand? Okay, but I got to get everything back that I already had before. So you guys need to know what the F is going on. Why is the fantasy suffering? Why is the fantasy going through all of this stuff she's going through? Is because I helped people. I trusted people. You understand? And they fucked me over. So y'all need to know what's really going down. That's why the video is being made before I go to my morning class at Morgan State. I got my biology class. You know what I'm saying? It started at 9, so I got ready, close this video up, wrap this up. But I needed y'all to know that, okay? Peace, y'all have a good day. But keep me in your prayers, you understand? But I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up. That's what I'm not gonna do. And I'm gonna get back on my feet. It's just a matter of time, you understand? But I lost everything for helping some certain black people. I lost everything, okay? So beware of these people that don't have, because they'll take what you got and bring your ass down. So be very careful. I lost everything in Baltimore, you understand? Everything. But you know what? Life goes on. Life does go on. And there is hope for a better day. And I'm going to keep the hope alive, keep pushing and keep moving. Y'all have a good one. God bless.